championship can't be.
3, 2, 1.
And we are going into Mammoth Fortress here. No Miami Dome, at least so far in this set. And both players of the blue team grab a weapon. That was something that Rygunduz was really struggling with in the previous games, at least early on in the last set that we saw. It's going to be 2 hammers coming out. Now everybody does have a weapon in this game. Ket starting off. You saw he picked up like the 2 hit of the early on Russian Mafia. At least he went for the 3rd hit this time, and he hit it.
Yeah, I love the way he did it too. It was very delayed. That time goes for it again. Didn't have the chase dodge on the follow-up off of the downlight. Amayze picks up both, trying to get the read there. Trying to cover all the options, but unfortunately didn't quite work out. Neutral Sig, Ket going to be the first one to fall.
I can tell you, I didn't even see that neutral sig coming out from Goddess because I was too focused on Amayze charging up that signature like all the way. So I don't know if that was part of the plan, but my attention was completely away from Goddess on that. If I was Ket there, I would have gotten hit by that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a giant rocket airplane flying in the sky, so it's definitely going to be a bit distracting at the very least. So far, both red team members and Rygunduz all in the red. Amayze gets back up as Goddess takes down Rygunduz on the right side. Team opportunity, but Ket gets a weapon toss.
That was definitely off the back of Goddess hitting Amayze with that down air, getting a little bit too overzealous with the edge guard there, sort of tunnel visioning on Ket and actually leading to a KO, and actually pretty an easy KO as well with the weapon toss. Didn't require too much from Ket.
That's one of the reasons why you'll see people not want to challenge in those 1v2s off stage, is just that risk of putting your teammate into a bad spot and turning it into a 1v1 at the end of the game. But we're still seeing Ket take the brunt of the damage. Amayze going for the N-Sig again.
Amayze kind of playing in the middle now, moving over to the left side. Does find a nice sider, completely overspacing the sidelight that came out from Ket. We have a pretty even game, but Ket really starting to take some damage. Could put him in a rough spot. But also Amayze, same thing for Amayze, and actually Goddess as well. Everybody really starting to take a lot of damage except for Rygunduz on this final stock. Look where that killed from, Duke. That signature like never hits, but when it does, oh my goodness, it has so much force.
I love the way they positioned for that, where they had Ket on the ground, Rygunduz up top. Ket actually takes out Goddess on the right side. But at the same time, man, that down sig was such an odd option. It worked out, led to the KO, but still, blue team with the lead. Rygunduz very healthy on the second stock. Combo, oh, they're too close.
Amayze kind of in the middle, figuring out where she fits into this very chaotic puzzle. Throwing out a lot of moves. Very few of them are finding a hit right now. Oh, Rygunduz isn't able to punish that down air that landed right in front of him.
Oh.
Bro,
Gaz's got to be careful about these. She has not hit a single one.
He's straight up throwing so many bears right on the stage. Who is this, Lil Cap?
I mean, that's definitely a popular sig of the hammer boat bars out there. Ooh, they stack up. Goddess and Amayze, though, deep red. Rygunduz still has another stock behind this. Goddess is going to hit the side sig on the back of him, but Ket gets taken out. Does the red team have the team combo?
They're already starting it. Unfortunately, a little bit of team damage comes out from Goddess onto Amayze. That neutral air, one more of those has to do it. Rygunduz is searching for it. See if they can clean this one up on Amayze. There's the side air. That's going to definitely KO. So much damage had been put out. But if you look at the numbers, they aren't like, wow, you took that much damage to KO the other team. It was like 567 and then a mid 400s. So definitely not bad whatsoever.
It was actually Amayze who lived the longest there, putting out the Devil's number in terms of damage. But unfortunately, it just was not enough. You got to give credit to Rygunduz, who took the least damage in terms of like overall stock.
Now we're going to be getting into this next one. No character swap from Amayze back onto the Azoth that we saw previously. She wants to stick with the Vector. Looking at this, most of the weapon damage was on the Lance, not the bow. So swapping over to the Azoth might be a little bit of a questionable decision unless she just really believes in the axe.
Oh, snap. Okay. Fortunate for the red team, Ket was throwing out a neutralite, so he just wasn't in position for the follow-up there, but that could have been a really dangerous spot for the red team.
Neutralite come out. Amayze hoping to extend it. Hit two dares, even goes for the weapon toss. Even the unarmed dare as the attempt. Rygunduz is going to fall.
Ket, though, Gonna try to make up for it, try to put some damage out. Amayze is taking a decent amount of damage here. The side air, Amayze doesn't have the horizontal movement that a Lance would bring, but Goddess is there for the reprieve, letting Amayze get that wall touch to reset the jumps. Oh, Rygunduz with the turnaround, and Amayze gets the wall touch again. The longer walls of the 2v2 version of Mammoth Fortress.
Goddess wants this KO onto Rygunduz. In comes Ket, and you see Rygunduz completely dip out of the area, keeping himself safe there. Ket now sights turned on Goddess, gets the KO, a successful edge guard. That's going to be really helpful for this blue team, even though Rygunduz is taking a lot of damage. Might extend the string now. Huge work onto Goddess early on her second stock.
The Goddess is able to pick up the neutral sig. Rygunduz went for some style there. Had the, ooh, that's an orb ground pound to the head. That is a KO, and Rygunduz now down to his final stock, looking like a reverse from game one.
I think Rygunduz saw the down air from Goddess come out, was like, okay, I'm at least safe for a little bit. I'll be able to see that move coming in. And by the time that thought finished, Goddess was already coming in with the orb ground pound, even though Rygunduz had a hammer.
Yep, those electrical signals traveling through the brain maybe took a little bit of a detour, and unfortunately, the ground pound did connect. But still, this is definitely doable for the blue team. Both red team members in that KO percent as Goddess gets taken out on the right side. Amayze scared of the weapon toss. You saw the way she fast fell.
Double hammers now. Amayze kind of stuck out of the fight, unarmed, jumps high, grabs the weapon spawn as it comes. Really high in the middle. Neutral air is going to take her out, though. Next weapon that comes in is going to be the bow.
Goddess very patiently waiting for Amayze to respawn. Good interrupt there from Amayze, keeping Goddess from getting launched into that neutral signature from Ket. But red team needs to take down Rygunduz. That's their opportunity to get the 1v2 against Ket. Down sig to punish the down sig from Ket.
That side air, man, pushes Goddess further and further over on the left side, even closer and closer to actual death and being taken out of this game. It's going to be a rough spot. Goddess not enough just yet. Gets the neutral air, moves back over, hopes to catch Rygunduz with the neutral signature. Not even close. Team damage actually catches Goddess out of the D-sig.
The teleports can't communicate that to Amayze, unfortunately. The side air will take down Ket. They need to get this KO on Rygunduz. He's burning a lot, but they back off. They let him get back up safely.
Rygunduz was waiting for them to push that. You saw how late he saved that recovery. Only used it at that last moment because he knew he was totally safe. Nobody could get in there in time to actually put pressure.
Oh, good interrupt.
The interruption. You saw Rygunduz was ready to find the hammer side air to end that stock from Goddess off of the side air from Ket. So good save for Amayze.
Yeah, Amayze is keeping Goddess alive right now, but will it be enough? Ket almost takes out the teammate. Nice follow-up from Goddess. Doesn't hit the down air. Ground pound thrown out. Rygunduz swinging. Takes down Goddess, and it's all left to Amayze in the 1v2.
Amayze. Oh, a little bit of a whiff there from Rygunduz. Nice down air from Ket, picking that one up really high in the air. Definitely a KO off the top. Ket really leveling up here. Look at the damage, 534, 4 KOs as well. On the other side, even though Rygunduz is only picking up 2 KOs, still 491 damage, more damage than either player on the red team. So nobody on the blue team is dropping the ball whatsoever.
Really well done from the blue team, showing why there's some talk by Elsem in particular that Rygunduz and Animatech. I think what he said is good words. Is eating the word, like, I don't think eating the worms is a good thing, but like it's a
yeah, it's definitely gross. I think we can all agree that it's definitely gross.
Like, I'm definitely not like going out and finding the worm eaters to be friends with personally.
Hey, yo, any worm eaters out there? Hit me up.
Where are my worm eaters at? But man, here we go. Game number 3. Ket and Rygunduz getting ready to go into the grand finals. Goddess and Amayze. Small swap as Amayze makes it over to the Azoth, but Goddess is still sticking with the Petra.
Didn't see the swap game 1, didn't see the swap game 2. It's now game 3, and Amayze has to pull the emergency Azoth ripcord. It's working so far. Amayze is taking next to no damage whatsoever. Compare that to all the damage Ket and Rygunduz have taken. Woo! Nice start for Red.
Big uppercuts. Uppercut after uppercut coming out from Goddess. Some great follow-ups as well coming out from the red team. The swap over to the Azoth, like you said, doing very well for this red team.
See if they can close these first stocks out from both members of the blue team without taking too much more damage. Rygunduz looking for the D-Sig. It's not going to kill just yet. Nice punish there from Amayze. Picks up the D-Light into the recovery for the KO. Ket over on the wall.
Ooh, the neutral light will connect and finish off Rygunduz. Going to try to make up for it, trying to get that trade out, but both red team members far enough away that Rygunduz can't get the immediate KO.
Amayze is going to dip out knowing she's very damaged, doesn't want to fight that edge guard situation with Rygunduz. Oh, he drops the D-Light side air. Tough spot for Rygunduz. Weapon toss goes high. He's without a weapon.
Okay.
He cues up the long ground pound, riding along that wall. Amayze comes into the wall. No iframes when she touches, and she's dead.
Yeah, good recognition of Rygunduz. Amayze was making the long road, so had to burn a lot of tools to get there, and unfortunately just didn't have enough to avoid it. The follow-up from the teammate, but it's not going to save, unfortunately. Goddess going to fall, but still lead to the red team. Both blue team members marching towards KO percent.
Amayze with an axe, just has to find a side air. That neutral light almost sending off screen. If Amayze can find a side air that doesn't bounce off the stage, she might be able to get this stock, but now she's starting to take damage. The follow-up from Rygunduz just barely misses. Side light neutral air not going to be the KO option. Ket now coming in. The neutral light from the wrong side of the stage.
She hit it
up
finally.
The blue team at least gets the KO on Rygunduz.
She finally connects with the down sig to finish off Rygunduz. Ket, though, still living on the second stock. Red team, the side air, is that going to be enough? Yes, Ket will fall. Rygunduz again forced to try to trade it out, but he just can't.
Side light came out, but no immediate follow-up from Amayze. She knew she picked up Goddess in that one. Didn't want to put any more damage onto her teammate. Put her into a rough situation that could lead to the KO when they're both... Oh, that's definitely KO, and that is a Bodvar classic from way back in the day. I haven't seen one of those, in many years.
Yeah, that was like, oh, we can slide charge, we can turn around slide charge, let me do this reversal sig. And then people started to get really good at reading it out and then punishing it, but clearly Rygunduz and a Bodvar specialist knowing the sigs. Ket's got to be careful, though, as he's the most damaged person on the screen.
A little bit of team damage. Ket's able to follow up off of that one as well.
Nice follow-up from Amayze.
Rygunduz in the 1v2. That sig was charged up. Rygunduz too afraid to try to edge guard that. Oh, he grabs it again. The interrupt, though.
Great interrupts from Amayze. Goddess goes in with the neutral light. Weapon toss connects onto Rygunduz. Down sig not going to do it, but still, they're just covering this corner. Rygunduz bleeding out, and that's gonna be a game for Goddess and Amayze.
Wow, big swap from Amayze going over to the Azoth, and it was at the right place at the right time. 676 damage. That was a fantastic follow-up there with the axe side air. Look at this coverage. Boom, gets grabbed, immediate interrupt. D-Light recovery. Look at this coverage.
Yeah, there's just so much coverage on that corner from this red team. That D-Light to interrupt, like, it was amazing, but it's even more amazing that it didn't hit the team. Right, like they're stacked up, and usually you do it because it's like, okay, I don't care it hits it because I'd rather not let my teammate get launched. But the fact that it only hit Rygunduz, that's just like icing on that.
And you see off of that swap, Amayze putting out 387 damage on the axe. Still actually picked up some really good bow damage as well. So definitely a more even spread compared to the Vector that she was playing previously, and good numbers really on both of them.
Yeah, definitely a good idea to make the swap over to the Azoth, something that you were originally critical of, but you know what? She's showing why she picked up the Azoth for the... Oh, this is a rough start for the red team, though, as neither one of them picks up a weapon.
Amayze grabs one. It is going to be the bow first. Goddess, not afraid to go unarmed against Rygunduz' hammer. Swipes that one out of the air. It's going to be the gauntlets coming out for Goddess. Everybody now has a weapon. Rygunduz actually disarming himself. Unfortunately, that soft platform was there to catch the weapon, keep him from it, but he does pick up a sword pretty quickly.
But meanwhile, Ket's been doing a really good job of boxing out Goddess, getting great damage built up onto her every time she moves forward, trying to get back into the fight. Rygunduz long range with that neutral light. Oh, little bit of a team damage there from Goddess.
Oh, Amayze taking a lot of damage here. Both members of the red team sent flying to the left side. Rygunduz hits the ground pound. It's going to be the first stock. The blue team hoping to clean this one up on Amayze as well. They didn't quite get it right away. They're looking for it, though.
Both blue team members, though, and a decent amount of damage here. Amayze just off the mark with the follow-up, but the down sig. Gonna launch, can't quite punish the neutral air. Goddess hits the side light side air. All right, stock count evened up. Follow-up opportunity, but Amayze wasn't ready for it.
She has been a little bit slow in a few follow-ups this game especially, but she does continue to chase them right after that because they are in the power position. So she does really make up for it often.
Yeah, I really liked that unarmed gravity cancel neutral heavy. Unfortunately, Ket still had plenty of jumps, and all things considered, everything evened up at this point. But Goddess taking a fair amount of damage.
Really just a lot of pure chaos. No real lead building, except again, Goddess is taking just a little bit more damage than everyone else, like you said. That continues to remain true. She does find a nice two-piece. Ket already throwing out some of those Thor signatures. Not going to be really a KO option or put anybody in a power position just yet. But still, a lot of zone coverage on it. Neutral sig from Goddess. Kind of sent Ket flying there.
Seeing Goddess start to play that kind of back position, right? Amayze is going in, being that initial starter, and Goddess is trying to get those follow-ups. That neutral light caught Amayze? That hit so high. Recovery, and Ket is going to fall to the end sig from Goddess. The uppercut's just too much for this Thor.
The weapon toss disarmed Amayze. She didn't actually choose to really go back down there after that. Neither did Goddess. She just waited right on that corner, picked up a nice neutral light as Rygunduz came shortly over that corner. So really good work from that team to not put themselves in a precarious position because they are so red. Something, even really any move down there could put you at a huge disadvantage leading to the KO because they're so red.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get launched further the more your health bar gets darker. Of course, that makes it very dangerous. But both red team members in the red. If the blue team finds a hit with their hammers, could be the evener. There's one.
Ooh, the weapon toss. Not quite. You did see the dodge come out. Not sure if the weapon toss would have hit without that. It would have been close. Goddess unarmed, looking for the spawn. Oh, she gets hit with the side signature from Ket. That's going to take her out. Now she's going to have to wait for the weapon spot to come in as Amayze is getting 2v1'd by the blue team.
Great power play from the blue team to steal back this lead. Now Amayze is going to be playing scared for the rest of this game number 4, and that's something you can't afford. Nice follow-up from Amayze, though, off of Goddess to set up.
She was going back and forth. Nice target swapping from Goddess on this one. Ket and Rygunduz hoping they can take out Amayze. That is really their win condition here because both members of the red team are in the fold. It's not like they can just zone Amayze out and then focus on Goddess to get her into the red. Win condition is definitely looking at Amayze right now.
Oh, but Goddess, Amayze is going to take the down sig. Goddess almost had the recovery. The side air is not going to be enough. Can't even chase dodge down in time as Ket catches her landing. And Rygunduz and Ket, all they have to do is take out Goddess, and they're going to the grand finals. That was a lot of movement burned. That's 3 exclamation points. She can't get up, and Rygunduz gets it.
Immediately stomped down. Rygunduz knew the position that he was in. He was just waiting for it. You saw like right on the back of, I believe, Ket hit Goddess over really far to the right side, like sort of near Rygunduz. But his game plan was just to completely get away from her, not go for the immediate follow-up because he focused on major stage control, weapon control, stage control, all of that control. You didn't really see them go off stage heavily once they had that stage control because they knew that Goddess had to go onto the main platform. And she tried to wait it out as long as she could. It was a war of attrition for both sides. And in that case, Rygunduz and Ket are going to win that war, basically.